I am blessed to be here. BYOB, bring your own bars, but me, I'm an astrology girl, so I'm gonna shoot past the stars tonight and take you on a journey rich in cultural history, African ancestry, as we balance our chakras. Thanking Meta and Haroon for this opportunity. Northwest London born, this is my town, so this is kind of full circle moment for me. So thank you. Before I begin my headline set, I just want to introduce my accomplice today, so Empress Kalila. She's on the djembe drum. For those that don't know about the djembe, this drum is the heart. And as we progress through our chakras, you'll understand why. Can I just get a quick show of hands? Who is familiar with chakras?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, a few, most. But for those in the room that may not know, I'm just gonna quickly run what they are. So they're energy centers within our body. I'm gonna take you through 7 of them, but there are many more. So we're gonna start off at our root chakra, which is our stability, our foundation, our security. Then we're gonna move up into our sacral. This is the area of our creativity, sensuality, and sexuality. Never suppress this. Moving up into our solar plexus, this is our power. I am, this is where we have our courage. Moving up into our higher chakras, coming up into the heart, self-explanatory, unconditional, and ege, love. Yeah. Moving up into the throat chakra, this is where we express our truth by using our voice.
Power.
Even if our voice and physical vessel sometimes shake. Coming up into our third eye, our pineal gland. This is our spirituality, where we access the unseen. Finally, we reach our crown, our ori. This is our path to enlightenment. Starting off at the root. Proud to be. What do you see when you look at me? Because your eyes, they're filled deep with curiosity. I know you cannot seem to place me geographically as I anticipate this question I have had in this lifetime within 5 minutes of people meeting me. Where are you from? What is your heritage? I don't get it. Why are people so invested, wanting to know my ethnicity without taking the time to pause and get to know me? So this is the part where I invite you all into my world. So I invite you all to take your shoes off and relax your mind and let the cadence of my words guide your mind. I'm thanking Fusion for this commissioned opportunity to share with you my story, rich in African ancestry, as we prepare to exchange energy. Getting to know Duality D, Danielle, Danny, D, Didi, a little bit more intimately.
Go on, girl. Come on.
Disclaimer, on paper. My mother is British, my stepfather Jamaican. My father was born here when my late grandmother immigrated from a country called Guyana. Now some may say that Guyana is part of South America, but did you know that Guyana is part of the African diaspora, where they still speak Creole? But for me personally, I'm more than just my flags. In fact, My gene pool is heavily mixed with a fusion of many different countries. A list as long as this sleeve. Add to that Polish, Spanish, Portuguese. Now you can already see the colonization story. But in order to know where I originate from, we need to go back to my West African roots. Long before the slave trade, before my people then were displaced. Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Kenya, these are where my ancestors originate from. And I know that because I've done my ancestry. See, this vessel of mine is rich in bloodline, because I have royalty and deities running through my veins. Kundake Queen Amanarinas, Nanny of the Maroons, or Set, Ma'at, Yamaya, Winnie Mandela, Ida B, to name a few. We must remember our roots. I am my father's smile. I am my late grandmother's roti and chana aloo. I am my stepfather's aki and kalaloo.
Go girl.
I am my mother's love for a cup of tea and biscuits. I am the rhythm and beat you hear in soca music. I am Notting Hill Carnival, the costumes, the parades. I am the dancehall and reggae music that comes booming down your way. I am each sweet bite of delicious plantain. Now it's a cultural debate on how you pronounce this. I am pilau rice, rice and peas and jollof rice. See, I cannot eat food without seasoning or spice. I am 90s R&B. Think TLC and Aaliyah. My network and friends call me the ad-lib queen. I am Rugrats. I am Super Ted.
Yes.
for those who are old enough to remember. I am Super Ted. I am Blind Date and Mr. Bean. I used to eat jelly beans before I became meat-free. I am a martial artist, a poet, sound healer. These are some of the things that make me, me. Now over to you, family. What's your story? That's proud to be. Now we're gonna come in to our sacral chakra. So we're gonna get a bit sensual with this one. It's up to you, Dad, if you wanna stay. You've been pre-warned.
You don't embarrass me, I love you.
Thank you, I love you too, Dad. My Kundalini is on fire. Fire. So I'm choosing to use this sexual energy to creatively birth what I desire. Working with the energies in our cosmic sky, putting pen to paper, these thoughts are giving me a euphoric high. There is so much more to me than what meets the eye. So I invite you all to please come inside my mind. Throat chakra activated as I open wide. Visions of me licking your brain as you steady find your stride. Speak to me intentionally. For now we are creating intimacy. As you guess by now, I am, admittedly, I am a sapiosexual. So for those unfamiliar with the term, I get aroused and deeply aroused by intellectual conversations, mental stimulation, great, clear, and direct communication, long word plays of affirmation, explosive free writing sessions after a deep, fulfilling meditation. Now hearing and seeing your reaction is confirmation, for there is now reciprocation of the magnetic energy free flowing between us, flowing between, flow in, inside my sacred portal that leads to my vortex. Remember, I'm a sapiosexual though. Can you make love to my cortex? Once you have the keys, you'll feel like God when you enter me. As you, it gets a bit worse then. As you prepare to explore my honey molasses Milky Way galaxy. No longer a thought, this is beginning to turn into reality. How deep can you really take me? For we are on the brink of ecstasy. What are your thoughts on spirituality and astrology? Can we communicate in telepathy? Now, this is the part where I would usually say this conversation is ongoing, we'll just have to wait and see. To be continued, Duality D. But not tonight. Because the conversation's flowing effortlessly between you and me. But that's not the only thing flowing, you see. I feel something else flowing inside of me. She's pulsating. I am levitating. See, your intellect has me dripping stars. Phew, you've evoked my Venus and Mars. Needing a minute to catch my breath, for this furnace bubbling beneath the surface is beginning to take a hold over me. It is true. Mentally, intellectually, and spiritually, you effortlessly stimulate each and every one of my sensories. Black King, you activate me differently. Just like energy, biochemistry does not lie. My body opens up like a flower in full bloom. This is way more than just chemistry. What you are feeling is synergy, mixed with a sweet cauldron of compatibility, and I know you feel it too. For we both speak energy and are fluent in telepathy. Beloved, it does not take much. For the mere thought of you has my body crying out for your physical touch. While thoughts between you and I have crossed my mind numerous times, trust me, I visualize. My kundalini's rising and this sexual energy has reached its peak. No longer satisfied in directing this sexual energy into my creativity. But I understand that my human vessel needs connection, for it is our birthright to feel pleasure and satisfaction. In the same breath, quick and casual intimacy could never satisfy me. My Cancer water moon cares way too much, and sexual intimacy to me is a sacred ceremony. Have you ever so gazed? Look deep in one's eyes, third eyes intertwined with your third eye on mine, eye and I gets lost and transcends into space. So if you ever wanted to explore my honey molasses Milky Way galaxy and take sips, slow zips of this magi elixir, once you've tasted it whilst having premonitions, you won't know what's hitting. Black King, are you ready to step up into your divine masculinity and upgrade to receive a divine feminine goddess like me? So you need to be committed to your own inner work and my divine feminine mirror reflecting back to you your worth, and my bright light shining light on your shadow side so you can get to work on healing those unhealed childhood wounds that no longer serve you. But you reflect, shining light on my shadow side so I can get to work on healing those unhealed childhood wounds that no longer serve me. So we beloved, we can finally get to work. And after hours and hours and hours of wordplay, we'll co-create cosmic sexuality, hopping timelines and shape-shifting into different realms, time traveling through time and space, creating cosmic meteor showers out of this world. I have a question for you. Are you able to refrain from spontaneous combustion? Are you able to keep this sacred flow going? Can you circle this sweet energy around us without your liquid gold overflowing? See, all of this you can have, but there are a few things that go hand in hand with this sexual energy exchange. Energetically and spiritually, we would have to be aligned. Receptivity and reciprocity are standard requirements of man. Before I let you anywhere near my auric field and let you into my orbit, discernment is used to weed out unaligned energy that will disrupt my feminine flow. This has happened before, and not on my watch will I make that same mistake anymore. 100%. Understanding how life force energy works, I now choose wisely. For what our partner thinks and truly feels when underneath the covers will be taken on by the other. For the energy we carry around with us never lies. That's why my spirit rebukes at creating soul ties with souls that show signs of becoming a parasite. This body and vessel of mine is a paradise, and I don't play about mine. Lastly, love would have to exist between us. Not necessarily romantically, but love in its truest essence would have to exist between us. Thank you. Give it one more time for Empress Kalila and the drum. We've now reached our solar plexus, and I am very big on affirmations. And this is the part where I get the audience to do a bit of call and response for me. So, in African spirituality, we say something called Ashe. Ashe, oh! Yes. Basically the same kind of energy as you would say Amin or Amen, but we say Ashe. So if you feel comfortable, join in, and the parts that you don't, that's it. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Ashe, 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 Ashe. The ancestors are here today. The ancestors are here today. I walk with peace and divinity. I walk with peace and divinity. I am love. I am love. I am enough. I am enough. I am peace. I am peace. I am free to be me. I am free to be me. I am my brother's keeper. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I can do whatever I want to put my mind to. I can do whatever I want to put my mind to. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am strength. I am strength. I am courage. I am courage. I am me. I am me. Thank you. So we've just gone through our 3 lower chakras. We're now coming up into our upper chakras. Coming up into the heart. This one is fast becoming a audience favorite. And I have been asked to put this on music, over music, numerous times. So this will be coming out as a single. I'm working on it. So. This one's called Big Heart. When you have a big heart and let down your guard, by choosing to walk and lead in love, you also run the risk of being scarred. I feel that fear. Keep my heart open and love wholeheartedly anyway. For God, source, creator, and the universe made me this way. There is no love lost if a soul could not reciprocate. For I understand they needed the love even if they could not demonstrate. Collectively, we've been through so much hurt and pain, which causes some beings to be dismissive and disassociate. Heartbreakingly, I have observed some souls would not be able to recognize love, even if it stared them in their beautiful face. For the love we continuously rain and shower upon them makes it hard for them to translate. This feels unsafe, some may say, for they have normalized a toxic and dysfunctional love. The type of love that was possibly withheld or simply putting everybody else's needs before themselves. The type of love where they feel they have to prove or maybe even chase, but this way they'll ultimately lose. For when a pure soul shows up, loving you in your entirety, you naturally want to run the other way and are now confused. What is this muse staring back at you? When a pure soul shows up, loving you in your entirety, you naturally want to run the other way and are now confused. What is this muse staring back at you? When you factor in one's childhood all the way through to adulthood, where healthy examples of love was nowhere to be found, now we simply find ourselves in the void of being lost and found. I get it, I really do, for I wholeheartedly believe in previous lives and karmic past lives. This was me too. Best believe I still have the residue. Best believe I still have this residue of this wound. No longer taking it personally as human experience has taught me. Other beings can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. You begin to understand that they are desperately trying to protect themselves from being hurt again. Their wall goes up. You cannot get too close, for the pain is too much to bear. The risk outweighs them openly expressing just how much they care. You feel them pushing you further and further away, when deep down inside their heart cries, all I really want is for you to stay. But healing takes time, beloveds. Love is patient and love is kind. One thing I do know, true love will withstand the test of time. So when you have a big heart and let down your guard, by choosing to walk and lead in love, you also run the risk of being scarred. I feel that fear. Use my discernment, love on who I choose, but keep it moving. For a soul like mine is continuously fine-tuning. See, I cannot do your work for you. This is your wound to heal, but only if you choose to. What I can do is walk hand in hand and side by side with you. I've watched you give love so freely to others without recognizing that you are deserving of this divine love too. So give yourself a chance and let down those guards to experience what love truly is in and across all of your relationships. Duality D. Thank you. So we've reached the throat chakra now. I am part of something called Revolutionary Minds, where we study Pan-African greats. It's a month-long intensive study, and then we turn what we learn into poetry. So last month, just gone, we studied Ida B. Wells, and this is my ode to Ida B. Wells Barnett. Born enslaved, when she was 6 months in 1863, her family were finally free. Free. What does it mean to be free? Living a life owed to her openly, unapologetically, authentically, filled with peace. But this wasn't meant to be. For the colonizers and racist mob in Mississippi continued the atrocities. White society saw African people as a threat, for we educated ourselves to read and write, became literate, filling key positions, lawyers, doctors, teachers, entrepreneurs. We found ourselves in direct competition with the Caucasian community. This shone light on white supremacy. They couldn't fathom, became jealous, envious of our success, spreading white lies, fake cries, treading a thin line, using anything as an excuse to carry out the horrors of lynching African men, women, and children. Pause in this moment. However uncomfortable, they lynched African men, women, and children. This wasn't calculated. This was calculated. This wasn't a surprise. I'ma call it out for what it is. This was genocide. Accusing us of crimes that we did not commit. This was a fallacy which exposed the mob and the colonizers' mentality, projecting racism and pure hatred onto the melanated folks. Auntie Ida B saw this truth using her death of her friend Tom Moss to finally expose the truth. Never cross a poet or a writer. We'll sure write about you. Once that ink transcribes onto those lines, you'll become immortalized. Her rage expressed with each cursive stroke under her pen name Iola. She didn't hold back. Her piece published in Free Speech gained the attention of everybody, enraging the white community. A detective of her time, she would highlight 720 souls taken from lynching. Exposing the truth, her office was burnt to the ground. With a price now on her head, her voice grew louder. To New York she fled, channeling the spirit of Ida B. Wells. Allow me to quote, I felt that one had better die fighting against injustice than to die like a dog or a rat in a trap. I had already determined to sell my life as dearly as possible if attacked. I felt if I could take one lyncher with me, this would even up the score just a little bit. Auntie Ida B also said, the way to right the wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. Ida B Wells continued to speak her truth via her pen. Met her lover turned husband, Ferdinand Barnett. She went on to bear 4 children in quick succession. As a mother to 2 womb fruits, I respect her dearly for being a woman and an outspoken African woman in that time. She risked her life. A true matriarch, shone bright like the North Star, her cancer sun a catalyst for change. It took over 200 years for lynching to be recognized as a hate crime. Auntie Ida B. Wells, we remember you, we respect you, we honor you, for you are a revolutionary mind. are with us today. Channeling one queen to another, this is my ode to Kandake, Queen Amanarenas. Not to be confused with Queen Amana Shakete or Queen Cleopatra for that matter. Kandake Queen Amanarenas was undeniably the greatest African queen in world history. Now, before I begin to tell her story, family, we need to discern the facts from what's not real. We need to weed out the hypocrisy and activate our pioneers. Research beyond the veil from what Europeans try their hardest to conceal. For we cannot rely on white lies told from the colonizers' minds who has an evil eye for keeping us suppressed. That's why we are out here doing our best, doing our due diligence to know our worth, know where we came from, to know our roots, know our ancestors. In a world where, let me leave that there. Allow me to take you back to approximately 25 BC, where the greed of the Romans wanted to take over the kingdom of Kush. Think high skylines and an abundance of pyramids. This city thrived, but the Roman Empire planned their ambush under the guidance of their then leader, Caius Petronius. They wanted to enslave the Kushite people and exploit their taxes. This message got back to Queen Amanarenas. Not on my watch, she said. You are not welcome here. I come with peace. But if you plan to invade my kingdom and my people, you're gonna need these golden arrows and bows. Kandake Queen Amanarenas led a 5-year battle with a 30,000 strong army by her side, and her son, Prince Akindad, by her side. These people were skilled archers, heavy eye hitters, family. Yeah? They had the Roman Empire on their knees begging for mercy until they surrendered and signed a peace treaty. They were never defeated. Let Kandake Queen Amanarenas be an example to us all. What we can achieve when we allow a strong, black, African woman to take the lead. Duality. That was the third eye poem I forgot to mention at the beginning. We're going to conclude this set with our crown chakra, but ending it on a healthy black love. Now, for me and for those that know me personally, I came out of a tumultuous relationship. My first relationship, I was 19 years, very toxic. So in writing this is what I want to manifest for my next relationship.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
You and me, we surrender to the ebbs and flow as we navigate to determine which direction we should go. Trusting our intuition, our souls and spirits are on a deeper mission. Silently communicating via telepathy where signs and signals are sent to our bodies. Although you are not here with me physically, divine masculine king, I feel your energy. I feel your energy. Just resting in. You and me, we surrender to the ebbs and flow as we determine which direction we should go. Trusting our intuition, our souls and spirit are on a deeper mission. Silently communicating via telepathy where signs and signals are sent to our bodies. Although you are not here with me physically, divine, masculine king, I feel your frequency. Beyond what our eyes.
Come on.
Come on. Our sacred connection between you and me spans across all lifetimes, realms, time, and space. But in my heart, you, beloved, have a special place. You are faceless at present, you haven't made yourself known, but I feel you manifesting me, just like I am manifesting you. Our core values align. Love languages are all of them. We give and receive, but we prioritize spending quality time. So when our bodies collide in real physical time, I would know that you are a gift from the divine. So when we do collide in real physical time, I would ask you lovingly to take your clothes off. I want to see you completely naked. But I'm not talking about sexual intimacy, no. I want to explore the depths of your truest vulnerability. I want you to lovingly, openly, and wholeheartedly express your truest vulnerability with me. I won't need to utter any words because I want you to feel heard. Black King, I want to create that sacred safe space for you to feel safe and peace with me. I want to read each word, each paragraph and chapter of verse in your story. I want to align with somebody that is destined for me. My next relationship will be my last. Duality D. Thank you.
Girl, come here as well, you know. Come with your father.
This doesn't happen. I don't think this has ever happened, yeah? Where family has come onto the stage. Family has seen, obviously, their family perform, but it's never done where they've come onto the stage. Sir, before we even get back into the show, I just want you to say whatever words you want to say. Because obviously, as our proud father, like, it's important that you have a say as well. So please.
Yes, this is for you, King. From the heart. This is for you, King. It's for you. Take as much time. You have license till tomorrow. Take time.
For those who don't know me, my name's Kieran. Right now, I am the proudest man in the world.
Yes, yes.
Come on.
There's history going way, way back where I was out of my daughter's life for so long. But those who do not believe in the Lord, let me tell you something. He always watches, and there is a reason when things happen. You might not expect it, but it happens. And she came back into my life. And I'm so proud of that. From a little girl, I've always been proud of her. The years I've lost can never be replaced, but the time I'm here now, they will always be cherished. Believe me, there wasn't a day, a moment, or a second I did not think of her. She's always been the light of my life, and I am so proud to tell you, that's my daughter.
Yes. Yes.
She has grown from a bud into a beautiful flower, and beyond that, she is the queen upon queens, the Nubian queen.
Pause.
You know, I can't tell you the excitement, the enjoyment when I get to see her and my grandkids. Making up for lost time could never be replaced. But the day I lay my head to rest, she will never know how much I love her. And I will always be watching her from above. Whilst I'm on this earth, there is nothing she can ask me, big or small. I will always be there for her. I'm so proud of you, my darling.
Yes.
You know, I really am. And each and every one of you, thank you for coming to support my daughter. She's a queen upon queens. Danielle Watson, be proud for who you are.
Whilst we're doing, I guess, my dad's here. For those that don't know, there's a little backstory to how our paths cross. And I believe wholeheartedly in divine intervention and synchronicity. So, it's okay. A few days before my solar return this year, I just come out of my house and just running some errands. And I'm crossing the street outside my house. And as I've crossed this street and the lights have turned, I've passed this man. And I've looked up briefly, but something innate in me said, Dee, stop what you're doing, turn around, that's your dad. I can't explain. Sometimes we don't have logic for these things, but spiritually, I felt in my body to listen to that message. I could have walked on by, but I stopped in my tracks and listened to my spirit. He said, follow, and just catch up to him and see if that's your dad. The worst he could say is no. So I followed closely behind, but not too much that it's a bit creepy. And he's gone to the next bus stop and he's waited. Now our eyes have locked again, and this time he's nervously looked away. So I thought, does he recognize me or not? So I've got closer and I said, Kieran. So he looked at me very bewildered and he said, who the hell are you? I said, I'm your daughter, Danielle. Right there and then, he broke down and we hugged and we embraced, but he had to go somewhere urgently. So he was like, can you wait an hour and a half for me to do what I'm doing and we come back? Which I did, because obviously I just live across the road. So we spent about 2.5 hours in prep.
I didn't know that at the time.
No. Just chopping it up. And I listened attentively with no judgment, and there was a lot of things that I was holding on to that I didn't realize wasn't the truth. And sometimes when you're growing up and you're told a certain narrative, it wasn't the truth, which then makes me realize I am right in my intuition by not proceeding with a relationship with my own biological mother for various different reasons. But this man was sending me Christmas cards that I never received. Yeah, so I'm grateful that he's in my life. I'm grateful that the time that I have. I'm grateful that he's in my children's life. And I'm grateful that he's got to see me here today. So thank you all for being here.
This won't be the last time I'm coming. I'm